Hello and welcome to the Sage Goddess 222 2022 Lovers Ceremony to help you stimulate passion and desire and connection in your life. And I've been with you for over 10 years now. And this is a special date. We don't always get a 222 in a 222 year. What does that mean? So hopefully when you're playing this, it's February 22nd, 2/22. And you're in the year 2022, 2022. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. In the major arcana of the tarot, that's the Lover's card. And the Lover's card, I've been reading tarot for a long time. A lot of you have too. The Lover's card can be kind of misunderstood because people think, oh, the Lover's card, like sex, right? Desire, union, and it can mean all of those things. But the Lover's card also represents making good choices in your life. And it also represents the integration of masculine and feminine energies. Because ultimately, remember that as human beings, we are just mirrors, right? So if we want to experience integration, we have to create integration and it will be mirrored back to us. If we want to experience passion, we have to move into the vibration of passion and passion will be mirrored back to us. And so I really want you to become a conscious creator tonight because I think, or today, or whenever time you're watching this, because I'm releasing this in time so that you can watch it in your time zone and it will be exactly right for you. Whenever you watch it and wherever you are in this world and even in your own mind and your own heart, I do think that connection and union energy and integration energy is exactly the medicine of this moment. I don't think it's any accident, okay, that we are experiencing 2/22/2022 during the conjunction of Mars and Venus, which are the planets of masculine and feminine energy, love and war, right? Kind of the polar planets to each other, but the duality that needs each other. It's the yin and the yang energies. I don't think it's a coincidence. You can also think of it as solar and lunar energies, right? The sun being direct and strong and warm, and the moon being more subtle and feminine and mysterious, right? And don't you want to be all those things? So I hope you'll do this ceremony with me if you're looking for love, if you want to experience love, if you want to juice your sex life or your relationship. But I also hope you'll do this ritual with me, even if none of that's on the table for you, none of that's on the menu. Even if your only goal tonight is to come into deeper relationship with your truest, most authentic self, I actually think that's the best way to work with the energies of this moment, right? Ultimately, I know that any relationship I'm in, the quality of that relationship is going to be commensurate with, equal to, the quality of my relationship with myself. If I'm not honest with myself, I can't expect to have honesty and integrity in my relationships, right? If I don't love myself and value myself and take care of myself, then I really can't expect someone else to love me and value me and take care of me, right? Not that I want somebody to take care of me, but it is kind of nice to be cared for, right? But again, if I'm not caring for myself internally, then the likelihood that my mirror is going to provide that is diminished. So when people come to me and say, I really want X, Y, and Z when it comes to relationships, my response is always, okay, so what are you doing to attract that? What are you doing to magnetize that? What are you doing to become in alignment with those things that you're seeking? So we had some tools for tonight. If you have them, great. If you don't, that's okay too. We will work with what you have. But if you do have your tools, we are going to work with them. The art kind of turns me on. I'm a big fan of just, I love lingerie, I love skin, I love connection. I mean, I'm very outspoken about how much desire and passion and connection and sensuality is important to me. So if you're on the same page with me, hopefully this has been resonating with you. This is a heterosexual couple because of the Mars-Venus conjunction and because of masculine, feminine, and duality. But having said that, I'm somebody who identifies outside the spectrum of heterosexuality. You might be as well. So I don't want you to take this that like, oh, you can only do this ceremony if you're heterosexual. Whatever partnership you're looking to magnetize or attract is the correct partnership for you. And the energies of this moment will not just bless or honor a heterosexual relationship. And I'm always going to talk about that because I think I don't want to be someone who, even though I have to talk about masculine and feminine, I don't want you to feel like that's a projection on your relationship or what you should be attracting. I think you have to find the exact soul or souls that are meant to work with your energy and in your field. And in my life, those have shown up in different forms, you know? So if you're like me and you believe in soulmates and that they don't always come in the same form of a body, then tonight leaves you open to kind of magnetize and attract exactly what you need at the perfect time and in the form that resonates most with who you are and what you need, and ultimately what will make you happy and fulfilled and manifesting your soul's purpose. You know, love and connection are so much a part of why we're here. That's why I think the pandemic has been so hard, right? Like I can't wait for the day when I can walk around my office without my mask on, so that because so much of my expressions are below my eyes. Although there is something kind of mysterious about focusing on the eyes, don't you think? There has been this kind of like, because the soul communicates through the eyes. But I sure love being able to blow a kiss or smile and have someone know I'm smiling at them. So I am looking forward to that as well. So we're going to work with our Oracle card spread. You did get a little sweet deck of Oracle cards. I wrote these affirmations for you. I wrote them in first person because I want you to be able to read them and really feel the vibration of those words in your own soul and spirit. So I'll be pulling some cards tonight. We have our candle and our perfume. The perfume has all kinds of natural aphrodisiacs in it, so proceed at your own risk, darling. The perfume is frangipani, which is pure plumeria. And that is for understanding and raising the vibration of everything around you. Then there's petitgrain, which is refreshing, revitalizing, uplifting. There's verbena, which is invigorating and stimulating to all parts of your body, but especially kundalini energy. There's rose for passion, amber for harmony and sensuality and connection, physical connection, and then damiana, which is used in almost every love spell that's ever been created, seriously, for hundreds if not thousands of years. And it's pure damiana essential oil in here, which is very expensive and very hard to find. So use sparingly, anoint this with this before bed, anoint with this before you manifest, because the number one reason, and I say this all the time, because every time I talk about passion and desire, I have customers who will say to me, you know, like, time out, I don't want to be passionate, I don't want to have desire, that's in the past, you know what I mean, I'm more interested in A, B, and C. What I always say to people is, even if you don't want to have a physical, sensual relationship, connecting with your desire and pleasure centers is part of your creative process, and you're meant to be creative until you leave this planet. There's no timestamp on creativity. There's no timestamp on passion. We have to be passionate about what we do. And ultimately, you're here to master the things that you're really good at. Then you're here to share those things. And then you're here to create beauty on this planet through those things. And so I am speaking to you tonight as well. Even if relationship and sensuality isn't on your mind, I think creativity is. And again, this 222 kind of integration energy is so powerful. Even if you're an artist or a musician or a chef and you want to bring new flavors to the kitchen or new rhythms to your music or new sources of inspiration to your canvas, right? It's like, however you bring beauty to the planet, I hope tonight's going to stimulate you. I really do. Okay. So I'm going to start by burning some stuff. As we do, I want to invite you just to drop in a little deeper to this space that I'm creating for you tonight. My intention for you tonight is that you feel really seen, and that you feel almost coming from the center of the earth, this connection to the planet, to your innate core essence, who you really are, who you were before you learned who you were supposed to be. Kind of rewilding you a little bit tonight. It's so important because so many of us were wild and passionate and creative when we were young, and slowly over time society tells us, no, you got to get into this box, you got to get into that box, you shouldn't say that, you're too much for this. And we end up finding ourselves in these positions where we stifle some of that energy. And I do think that the energies of passion and creativity and sensuality are fuel for the human spirit. I really do. I think it's why we are so connected to beauty and to sensuality in our society, because there's something in us that knows that that's a potent reservoir of energy and that we can draw upon it at any time, in any place, and for any purpose. So it really doesn't matter who you are, what walk of life you come from, what your profession is. I think tonight's ceremony is important for you. So we've got some good, clear, beautiful energy to work with. And let's take a moment. I really do like to make the process of working with oils and perfumes very intentional. So we're going to take a little bit of this beautiful perfume that we've made for you. This is a 2.0 of our Lovers blend. So put a little bit on your wrist, almost like that's your palette. Then we're going to take a little bit to our third eye for what we know. Keep some at our wrists for what we do. And then just a little bit at our ankles to bless our steps with passion, to bless our steps with desire. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then I'm going to light my candle. I hope you love your candle. I have a sensuality altar in my house. Right now I'm at Sage Goddess headquarters recording this for you, but this candle's coming home with me because I do have a sensuality altar. For me personally, what I would say is, the goddess energy is important to me. And not just because I'm named after a goddess, which I am, and not because my company is called Sage Goddess, which it is. But I come from a matriarchy. I come from a female-led civilization in ancient Greece. And for me, goddess energy is about standing in my power. And what's interesting about goddess energy, and I hope you feel it tonight, it's not power over somebody else. It's not power to control anybody. It's actually the opposite of that. Goddess energy doesn't want to control anything. It wants to let everything be. It wants to let everything be wild and natural and free. It actually wants to see you run and explore and play without putting any limits or trying to contain you in any way. It's actually about supporting your expansion and your wildness and your freedom and your liberation. So hopefully you can feel that energy too. It's just really, it's primal energy, this kind of goddess vibration that I'm talking about. And so maybe just take a deep breath there and really lean into how that feels, right? When you let the vibration of that frequency come into your being, like how do you feel when you think about getting back to your wild? I honestly think part of aging well, and I've studied this over the last couple of decades, like people who age really well still feel wild at heart. They still feel young at heart. They still enjoy playing and experimenting and exploring. They don't stifle themselves. They don't limit themselves, right? So you may want to think about ways in your life that it would make sense for you to open the field a little bit and see if you can explore and play and dabble. As we get older, we do less of that because we think, well, I've done everything, I've seen everything. We get kind of jaded and cynical. But true creativity and beauty, and masters in any field would tell you this. Artists at middle age, fashion designers, interior designers, will tell you that they have to come back into this creative, passionate space in order to keep their mastery alive, in order to keep taking their practice to another level. So yeah, it's a choice, I think, about how you experience passion and desire in your life, and it's very, very, very important. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to open a circle with us together tonight. I like to use selenite to open a circle. Since I'm not at home, I'm working with my office wand here, which is another form of selenite, treated with red aura, which I thought was kind of the color of the evening. I wore red for you to stimulate you. But let's just open our circle tonight, and in a very soft, feminine, passionate way, let's invite in the energy of the guardians of the 5 directions and the 5 elements to be here with us in our ceremony this evening. So let's imagine, literally in my office, this direction is east. And so I'm going to call in from the east so many energies of new beginnings, new possibilities, new partnerships, new connections, new cycles, right? And so we're welcoming in from the east this like breath of clarity, this breath of freedom, this release of tension, and feeling all of that coming to you from the east. And then behind me is the south, and that's all fire, baby. That's coming from the south is all like passion, curiosity, temptation, transformation, desire, right? And also orgasm, right? Completion, fulfillment, fruition, all of that is coming from the south. So we'll welcome in those fire elementals to join the air elementals with us. And then coming from this direction, that's the Pacific Ocean right there. Coming from this direction is the west. That's water energy, that's purification, that's flow, that's feminine, nurturing, maternal, allowing everything to be as it is, not trying to control. Water doesn't try to control, it flows in the path of least resistance, right? So again, that goddess energy is not trying to control you or stifle you. It's trying to actually to create the best possible flow for you, past and through all of the obstacles that you might be facing. And then straight ahead of me in this room is the north. And in the north, we're going to call in all of that energy of stability and grounding and bringing our desires and our passions into this present moment, and then really finding a way to tether and anchor them in the physical world. I will always tell you, manifestation starts in the east and the south, right? You got to have desire, you got to have passion, you got to have transformation. The west comes in to kind of water the plants, right? The west comes in to kind of nourish and support. And then the north comes in to say, hey, if we don't anchor all of that desire in the physical world, then it never gets created. So you need all four of those elements to bring one vision, one desire into creation. So we welcome in the northern elementals. And then last but not least is that spirit element, that element of ether, which is all about animation, right? Magic is the force that animates life. It animates nature, it animates you, it animates me. And so we call in the guardians of the spirit element to come in and just infuse the space with magic, to be the space between our desire and the reality of that desire, the realization of that desire, to become the bridge between the spiritual and the material. And so we welcome in all of those spirit element guardians and feeling the circle open. But I wanted to do that in a more kind of embodied, feminine way to show you, because I drum them in and it's a little more masculine, it's a little more linear. There's a rhythm to it, but it's kind of static, and I like the idea that it's literally the invitation to my right, from behind, to my left, from before me, and then everything that's swirling in the room, and ultimately everything that's swirling through your energy field right now, which unites them, binds them, brings them together, and animates them. It's the life force between the air, the fire, the water, and the earth. And so with that, our circle is open, and we are ready to explore. Now, the magic of this particular oracle deck, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spread for each one of the elements. So if you're an earth sign, an air sign, a fire sign, or a water sign, I'm going to do a 3-card spread for you. And I'm going to go around the wheel just like I opened the circle. And so I'm going to start with the air element tonight. I'm going to shuffle my deck. So air element, air element, air element. This is you, right? If you're an Aquarius, I'm speaking to you, right? If you're a Gemini, speaking to you. If you're a Libra, speaking to you. And the 3 cards I'm pulling for you, if you don't have your tools, you can pull your own cards too while I'm with you. Number 1 is, what are you attracting? Number 2 is, what's attracting you? Because remember, everything you desire is also desiring you. And then number 3, what's the outcome? What's ahead of you? So air signs in 2022, what are your 3 cards for the air signs, air signs, air signs? So what are you attracting? Your card is, I connect to my deepest desires and share them openly. So you are attracting what you really want this year. What's attracting you? I flirt with desire and say yes to my innermost needs. So what's attracting you is desire and what you need deep down. And then what is ahead for the air signs? I touch the parts of me that need acknowledgement, permission, and nurturing. So what's ahead for you is honoring and really making space for the parts of you that need acknowledgement, permission, and nurturing. So what's ahead for you is an indulgence of maybe what hasn't happened enough for you. Maybe you need more in your relationships. Maybe you're looking for more. Maybe you want to expand what it means to be in a partnership. Or maybe there's some part of you that like your partner has not been addressing or nurturing or acknowledging. So air signs, that's ahead for you in 2022. Now fire signs, whoop, are you ready? This is for you if you're an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is also for me. So fire signs, fire signs, fire signs. What are we attracting? What's attracting us and what's ahead in 2022? Okay, what are you attracting? I connect to my deepest desires and share them openly. So what we are attracting is what we really, really want. What's attracting us? I honor the beauty of my body and treat it with kindness, respect, and adoration. So we are attracting physical desire and connection. And then what's ahead for us, fire signs? I am open to love from all sources and directions. So what's ahead for us is love is coming from everywhere. You ready for that? Oh, I think you are. Fire signs are always ready for that. Now, we turn to the west. This is for you, water signs. This is for you, Pisces. This is for you, Cancers. This is for you, Scorpio. What's ahead of you? What are you attracting? What's attracting you? And then what does the future look like in 2022 for our water signs? Water, water, water. All right, so what are you attracting? I surrender to the moment and wrap myself in the embrace of love. So you're attracting presence and the embrace, which could mean physical as well as emotional and spiritual love. Now, what's attracting you? Intimacy. I enjoy intimacy with myself and a partner who resonates with my frequency. Have you been calling in intimacy this year? You water signs are so good at it. We fire signs are usually like, I'm good. And then what's ahead for you? A partner to enjoy without limitation or hesitation. It says, I allow my partner to enjoy all of me without limitation or hesitation. And so that's what's ahead for all of our water signs. Now, Earth. Oh, Earth, what are you calling in, Capricorns? Seriously, really think about that. Like, what is it? Capricorn and Virgo, what are you calling in this year, Taurus? You guys are so deeply intimate and full of desire. My whole life, I've been in partnership with Earth signs, and probably because my Venus is in Virgo, so I love like a Virgo. I'm very grounded in love. I've only had long-term, very stable relationships through my life, even though I probably seem really playful. I'm kind of very grounded in my relationships. And so let's talk about what's ahead for you, Earth signs. What are you attracting? What's attracting you? And then what's ahead? So first, what you're attracting, all of our Earth signs. Earth, Earth, Earth. What's attracting you? The beauty of your body. I'm sorry, what are you attracting? The beauty of your body and treating it with kindness, respect, and adoration. So you're attracting a deeper level of connection, adoration, appreciation physically. What is attracting you? I connect to my deepest desires and share them openly. So you're calling in a partner who's really going to see you, see what you want, see what you're about, and be able to meet you there. And then what is ahead for you? I am open to love from all sources and directions. It's coming from everywhere again for you, Earth signs. Isn't that beautiful? Now, let's do a collective poll. So this is for everybody. You, me, regardless of your sign. Let's see what's ahead, what you're attracting, what is attracting you for everybody who's watching now and everybody who will watch later. What are you attracting for the collective, collective, collective? All right, you are attracting intimacy. I enjoy intimacy with myself and a partner who resonates with my frequency. Going deeper, right? Taking it to the next level. What's attracting you? Surrendering to the moment, mindfulness, presence, right? And you wrap yourself in the embrace of love. Love is wanting to hold you. It's wanting to be in reciprocity with you. And then what's ahead? I consummate my desires through physical connection, union, and partnership. Lots more physicality, embodiment, which I really love. You know, that moment when you have been in such a state of desire for someone and you finally are in their arms or they're in your arms and you make physical contact. There's such electricity in those moments, and that electricity fuels us as human beings. It really, really does. And so that is what's ahead. Well, that feels good, doesn't it? So now what I want you to do is just take a moment, call your energy into present time. Take a nice deep breath with me right here. Feel your body, right? Just feel the connection to the floor through your feet. Feel the connection through your crown chakra to the upper dimensions. On this 2022, as a collective, we come before our spirit guides, before all of the higher dimensional beings across space and time, before our Creator, before each other, and say that we feel blessed to be in this divine moment of union and integration. We call in the blessings from all of the directions. We call in our highest self to support us. We call in the love and intimacy of partners who are aligned to our frequency at this time. We make ourselves available to love from all directions and all dimensions. And we receive love, connection, intimacy, embodiment with a deep state of gratitude. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. Amen, Aho, and so it is. May love and desire be your guides in this year ahead. Lead with love, lead with desire, lead with intention. Be the change you want to see in the world. Know that it's always possible to be a higher vibrating version of your core essence. And when you move from that place, when you inspire from that place, when you love from that place, when you make love from that place, everything that comes from that union and that desire will be blessed. I believe that with all my heart. And just watch that smoke rise. Send those desires up to source until every bit of that smoke is gone. And just give thanks for blessings that are already on their way to you. I believe that they are. And now let's release those guides and guardians who've been so beautifully holding the space with us this evening. And we begin where we left off. So we release the guides and the guardians of the spirit element. Thank you for moving through the space and through our hearts and souls this evening to help us feel connected and embodied and in a state of love and desire and passion for ourselves and for each other. We release you with gratitude. And then thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the West. Thank you for nurturing us, for bringing in that yin energy, that divine feminine energy, helping us to feel connected to our emotions tonight, to heal our emotions. We release you with gratitude. And then thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the South, the fire element. Thank you for that fire in the belly, that kundalini frequency that connects us to what we desire most in this world, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Thank you for bringing all of that our way. We release you with gratitude. And then thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the East. It's a new cycle, and it's a new beginning. It's a new doorway that we're opening together, and so may it be full of everything that you seek, including passion, desire, lust, seduction, embodiment, expansion, creation, and so much more. We release you with gratitude. And so cheers on this 222 Lovers Day. I hope that you've enjoyed this simple but really important ceremony to bring you into connection with not only the energy of this day and of course the Lovers card, but the energy of this year. Let this be your year to reconnect, reimagine what's possible for you, and to stimulate those desires that have been sitting dormant maybe in your heart and in your body and in your energetic system, your chakra system. Use this energy as fuel to clear some of those blockages and move energy in new ways. You'll be amazed at how it blesses you, and not just in your love life or in relationship, but also in your professional life, in your family life with your children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews. This is fuel. It will infuse you with a whole new appreciation for life and help you to come alive again if you need to. And so many of us do. Aho. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Happy 222. I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your morning or afternoon or evening. Whatever time you've been watching this with me is just the perfect time. And we'll see you very soon.